Federal Register.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Finance and Budget Committee. First item is motion to approve the minutes from September. Moved by Supervisor Strauss, seconded by Supervisor Bruno. Any additions or corrections to the? I'll call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Privilege of the floor and public comment. Yes. County Treasurer.
Good morning. Thank you. And happy National Cat Day. I heard somebody talking about it. I'm speaking to you today about the finance agenda, specifically 8A through 8D, about the ADK excursions, ARPA grant actions. I'm representing ADK excursions today because my business partner unfortunately could not be here. And I am speaking to you today, not as your elected 2024 Warren County Treasurer, but rather as the private small business owner who applied for this grant in 2022. This grant was specifically meant to assist with nonprofits and small local businesses adversely affected by COVID, as well as a lot of the mental health issues that were exacerbated. We remain grateful to the ARPA committee and the Board of Supervisors who supported our requests and then obviously resulted in a $49,000 award. Agenda items 8A through 8D are requests to rescind and reauthorize these awards, these grants, these contracts, if you will, due to a board member who didn't recuse themselves from these votes back in 2022. As such, we respectfully would like to share the following information with you. Again, this was 2022. I was not the sitting treasurer. Again, we want to thank everybody involved in the grant process back in the 2022 meetings. And then the first day, literally, that this recusal issue, conflict issue, if you will, arose, who literally from that first day the issue came to light through Warren County Board of Ethics investigation and up to including today's discussions, that ADK excursions didn't do anything wrong. Rather, this issue is the result of a board member not recusing himself from an ADK, from an ARPA grant. Again, this could have been any ARPA recipient and it could have been any board member. It was simply a mistake. Just to let you know where we are, ADK excursions has diligently reported all ARPA dollars spent in accordance with the ARPA grant application to the letter, and also with the federal guidelines. And Ethan's team has been great working with us. We have spent more than our grant at this point in time, so the 49 is all spent, and we have more to report if necessary. So again, just thanking everybody for their time and their support. If it is determined that this may be because there's some names involved with this, if this goes into an executive session, if I could kindly request to participate. Any questions?
Any questions for the treasurer?
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else for privilege of the floor? Okay, the action agenda. The first item is a request for transfer of funds as attached. Moved by Supervisor Strauss and seconded by Supervisor Bruno. Any questions on the question transfers? Yeah. Unless you want to.
All five?
Yep.
A through E, okay.
No,
No.
just for, just the first.
Oh, A through D, okay.
First item.
No, it's one. We're
Item-
not on
right,
two,
right.
right?
This is just the transfer of the
Oh,
funds
yeah.
under item one.
Item one. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was looking at. Sorry.
Any other questions on item one? I'll call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, number two is, items to be discussed and requests from the county administrator.
Okay, the first item that we have is our regular monthly journal report of transfers that have been approved by the county administrative staff for September 2024. Probably the biggest item that's there, the biggest item that's there is the 73,000 and change from the Board of Elections, and that is for 90 new e-poll books. That's grant monies that are gonna be used for that. And then we do have some other amounts if anyone has any questions specific to any.
Any questions on the, transfers that have been? Okay. B, this is a request to establish a capital project, number H 437. And that would be boardroom renovations in the amount of $400,000.
Okay, this was, we've been talking about our ARPA funds, and the planning department has been working diligently on getting us a good number of where we're at today with those funds. We need to, any money that we're going to return back, we need to have reobligated by December 31st of 2024. So we've discussed a couple of projects, and these are the capital projects we would like to create. One is for the boardroom, and then I want to handle it. And the next one is for municipal center roof repairs. The first step of that will be taking care of the chimney over on the section where Don Lehman's office.
Someone care to move B and C? Supervisor Geraci. Seconded by Supervisor Etu. Any discussion?
So, yeah, we're doing A through E at once,
I'm
Uh,
sorry.
No, we're doing B and
C.
C.
just B and C at the same time?
Yep.
We did A already?
Yeah, A was just a report.
Oh, okay.
Any questions on establishing two capital projects?
Well, can't we do A through E or B through E, whatever we are right now at the same time?
Sure, okay.
Yeah, all right. I'll move
Want
it.
to amend your,
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Etu?
Sure.
So D is, return money from the Joseph Warren, capital project, $15,780.92. Back, I believe that was ARPA dollars. And, E is, request to authorize the county treasurer to amend the Warren County budget as appropriate to reallocate unobligated ARPA, American Rescue Plan Act funding as further attached with the agenda. And you can see E is $743,813.36. So I assume 500,000 of that's gonna go to these two projects. Any questions? Okay, I'll call the question on 2B through E. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Number 3 is referrals from the Criminal Justice, Public Safety, and Emergency Services Committee. A is from the Office of Emergency Services. And it's a request to appropriate $3,664.72 from budget code A909. And that's the general fund unappropriated surplus to budget code A9950-910 transfers, capital projects and interfund transfers to provide local share funding for hazard mitigation grant plan in the amount of $2,411.19 and for contractor costs not reimbursed by the hazard mitigation grant plan funds. And that's $1,253.53. Moved by Supervisor Etu, seconded by Supervisor Ade. Any questions on that item? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, 3B is B, I think we can do B and C together. This is from the Sheriff's Department, and it's amending the Warren County budget. One is in the amount of $27,090, and that's to reflect receipt of funding from New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee for police traffic services programs, and the second one is $24,500, and also from New York State Stop DWI Foundation for High Visibility Engagement Campaign.
Motion.
Moved by Supervisor Drotche, seconded by Supervisor Driscoll. Any questions? Call the question, 3B and C, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 4 is referral from the Economic Growth and Development Committee, Planning and Community Development. And it's also a request to amend the 2024 Warren County budget in the amount of $20,000. And this is to reflect receipt of occupancy tax funding award to cover the costs of the contract with Cliff and Redfield Interactive, which was authorized by Resolution 56 of 2024. Introduced by Supervisor Bruto, seconded by Supervisor Merlino. Any questions on number 4? I'll call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 5 is a referral from the Health Services Committee, and this is from the Office of Community Services. And it's a request to amend the county budget in the amount of $47,874. And this is for a pass-through of 100% state aid funding from the New York State Office of Mental Health and New York State Office of Addiction Services, and support for cost of living adjustments as detailed in Schedule A document included in the agenda for contracted provider agencies, as well as supporter housing increases. By Supervisor Eaton, seconded by Supervisor Bruno. Any questions on number 5? Call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 6 is a referral from the Public Works Committee, the Department of Public Works. Request to amend the 2024 county budget in the amount of $39,798.50 to reflect receipt of insurance recovery payment for a 2018 Ram 3500 Crew Cab. And this request did not go through the Public Works Committee. Moved by Supervisor Merlino, seconded by Supervisor Mayday. Any questions on number 6? Call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 7 is a referral from the Tourism and Occupancy Tax Coordination Committee. And this is a request to appropriate $125,000 from budget code A881 reserve occupancy tax to budget code A6417480 special events. Provide funding for sponsorship of the 2023 FISU World University Games snowboard competition, which was authorized by Resolution 635 of 2022. Introduced by Supervisor Merlino.
Chairman, if I may,
Second.
it should, I apologize.
Seconded by Supervisor Bruno. Yes.
If we could amend appropriate to reappropriate since it was prior year funding.
Other questions on number 7? I'll call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 7B, that was 7A. 7B is a request to appropriate $20,000, again from budget code 881 reserve occupancy tax to budget code 6417 Warren County projects to provide funding to the Warren County Planning and Community Development Department. This is the cost of the contract with the Wilderness Property Management Incorporated for consulting services to complete a recreational assessment in the town of Johnsburg. Introduced by Supervisor Driscoll, seconded by Supervisor Molino. Any questions on that item? Call the question on 7B. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 7C is a request to appropriate $150,000 from the 881 occupancy reserve to budget code 6417 municipal application funding. Provide funding for the village and town of Lake George's contract with Albany Police Athletic League to lease light displays formerly used at the Capitol Holiday Lights in Washington Park for use this winter season in the town and village of Lake George. And I believe the Tourism and Occupancy Tax Coordination Committee did approve this. Introduced by Supervisor Geraci, seconded by Supervisor Merlino. Any questions on 7C? Yes, Mr. Brown.
So this says contingent upon approval by the Tourism Occupancy Tax Coordination Committee at their October 21. We met this morning. Yeah, this morning we did. Okay.
Any other discussion? Call the question on 7C. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 8. This is requests and items to be discussed regarding American Rescue Plan Act contract. A is a request to rescind resolution number 513 of 2022, authorizing ARPA funds disbursement to ADK Excursions LLC and amending the Warren County budget for 2022 due to the contract with ADK Excursions LLC being voided by Board of Supervisors actions based on findings contained in resolution 300 of 2024. Mr. Driscoll.
Thank you, Chairman. I just have a question. Because our deliberations might include a personnel matter, is it appropriate to go into an executive session to address these related resolutions?
Good question.
That's, that would be a decision for the board to make. Not for the committee to make.
Okay.
I wonder if we did do that, Mr. Chairman, if we wanted to knock out number 9 first.
That would be a good idea. All right, we'll go to number 9, and this is the one, the one personnel item that the committee needs to act on, and that's with the Sheriff's Department. And a request to create a contingent position of Patrol Sergeant 11C, annual salary of $66,111, and this is effective January 1st, 2025 to March 31st, 2025. Moved by Supervisor Geraci, seconded by Supervisor Mayday. Any questions on this item? Number 9.
Which is contingent.
What we were told is, there's a lieutenant that's gonna retire. And this sergeant is, the plan is for him to take his position, and he's gonna be, following the lieutenant around to,
For 3 months, 3-month period,
Yeah.
kind of a shadow.
And that would be the void.
Thank you.
call the question on number 9. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so now we're back to number 8. So we want an executive session or not?
I would say. Right?
Pardon me?
Yes.
I mean, I would leave, yeah, I'd like to make a motion that we go into executive session
Moved
to,
by Supervisor Driscoll, seconded by Supervisor Mayday to enter in executive session to discuss items 8A, B, C, and D.
So we're discussing contracts, so I'll read what the basis would be and determine whether it applies or not. It would be for the purpose of discussing the medical, financial, credit, or employment history of a particular person or corporation, or matters leading to the appointment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of a particular person or corporation. That would be the closest basis under the open meetings law to conduct an executive session.
Could you repeat the first half?
The
Medical.
it would be to discuss the medical, financial, credit, or employment history of a particular person or corporation.
Based on the way that reads, I don't know that it really falls in line with what was presented in our packets. Financial history of an individual or corporation may be the closest.
Anyone else?
Go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
I think that's enough.
And it's better to be safe than sorry.
Right.
We do have a motion to go into executive session. I'll call the question on that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And, I think, if we could invite, our current treasurer
Yep.
to remain.
Is that okay with you? Yep. No?
Not with me.
Do you?
We should
If we're
vote
gonna
on
be
that.
talking about that individual. That individual.
Great.
Well, going to temper the conversation. It'll be a debate.
Okay, let's just have the supervisor say.